Hello friends, I welcome you all in one more knowledgeable, interesting video. Today in this video, we will going to talk about a very latest CBDT instructions. CBDT instructions number 7 of 2022. In this instructions, we will going to talk about that what CBDT has instructed to their departmental officers, and this instruction is about issuance of refund by CPC in the cases of scrutiny assessment, where the notice under section 143(2) has been issued for scrutiny, right? So let me explain you what these instructions says and how these instructions are helpful for the taxpayer, for the assessees. There is a section in Income Tax Act, that is section 241A, right? Section 241A. Section 241A says that when department issues intimation to you under section 143 subsection 1, and if the assessee is having refund in ITR processing, right? When the assessee is having refund in the ITR processing and simultaneously there is a notice that has been already issued under section 143(2) to the same assessee, that is scrutiny, right? That is scrutiny assessment is already issued to the assessee, right? So when the department sees that giving the refund to this assessee, which is undergoing a scrutiny proceeding with the department, is adversarial or is harming the interest of the revenue, and department will or may face problem in future for collecting demand amount from that assessee. So what the department do to be on the safer side is that department withhold the refund. Department refuses to release the refund, and department says that you are a scrutiny case, so we are not issuing the refund to you as per provisions of section 241A of Income Tax Act 1961, right? So in this case, CBDT has issued important instruction number 7 of 2022 has been issued by CBDT. So what is written in the instruction is that, let me explain you that, and there are some important time limits which are very important and relevant for the taxpayers who every year claim refund, and their scrutiny assessments are also going on parallelly. So these instructions are very, very important for them, right? So yes, so let us discuss about what these instructions says that. So what is the process for refund? The process for refund is that in the existing scenario is that we have one centralized processing center which is at Bangalore, right? And we have one jurisdictional assessing officer, right? Or we have faceless assessing officer also, right? So whenever CPC processes the ITR and refund arises, right? So CPC inform this jurisdictional assessing officer that please take action and inform us whether to grant refund or not to grant refund. Then JO, by considering the facts and circumstances of the case, give a response or a report to CPC in return that whether to grant the refund or not to grant the refund, right? In this case, the existing system is that there is no time limit for this. Interestingly, there is no time limit for this, right? So the best development that has happened in these instructions is that the CBDT has issued that there are time limits to everything. There are time limits when the JO gives intimation, or when the JO gives advice to CPC that yes, the refund is to be issued or refund is to be withheld as per provision of section 241A, right? So this is the first case. And the second development that this is the first, that the time limit has been now attached or has been now provided in this. And the second important thing is that is there in this instruction is that the existing limit of 2,000 rupees of the refund, right, in which section 241A applicable, the limit has been increased to refund amount of rupees 50,000. Means that if your refund is 50,000 or less than 50,000, then this provision of section 241A will not be applicable to you, right? Means that there is no problem of worrying about that your refund may got plugged or stuck because you already got a scrutiny assessment notice, right? So the limit has been increased to 50,000. This provision of section 241A is now applicable on you, and these instructions is also applicable on you only when your amount of refund is more than 50,000 rupees, right? And third important development that has been taken place in these instructions is that this is applicable for ITR filed for assessment year 2022-23 onwards, right? So those ITR which are filed for 2022-23 onwards, these instructions are applicable only to these income tax return. So this is not instructions which are applicable retrospectively. It's a prospective instructions applicability, right? So now the important aspect is the discussion of this, the time limit, right? So let's discuss what the time limit says in this scenario. So the time limit says that now we will discuss about the time limits, right? So what the time limit says is when jurisdictional assessing officer gives report to CPC, right? Then jurisdictional assessing officer have to give report to the CPC within 15 days time period. From where we will count the 15 days? 15 days time period is to be counted from, there are two aspects. First is when scrutiny notice under section 143(2) has been issued or ITR has been processed under section 143(1), whichever is later, right? From this date we will count these 50 days of time period. So now there is a time limit fixed, right? Jurisdictional assessing officer have to intimate to CPC that whether to release the refund or whether to withhold the refund, and the time limit for that is 50 days, right? Now what in case if the case is with the faceless assessing officer, not the jurisdictional assessing officer, right? In this case, the faceless assessing officer will inform the matter to jurisdictional AO, and then communication will go to CPC, right, for initiation or grant of refund, right? So jurisdictional assessing officer faceless assessing officer have to inform to JO within 40 days of time period whether to grant the refund or not, and then jurisdictional assessing officer have to inform to CPC within 10 days of time period, and 10 days will be counted from the day the JO receives communication from FAO. So the time limit is 10 days. Clear? Now the next case is that what in case if JAO, jurisdictional assessing officer, will not give any report or any advice to CPC, then it is the CPC duty to issue the refund within 10 days, right? CPC will understand this if JO is not giving any communication and there exists a scrutiny assessment parallelly. So in that case, CPC mandatorily have to issue refund to the SAC. Then CPC have no right to adjust or have no right to withhold the refund in that case, right? So if JO says that no section, I don't want to invoke section 241A, means I don't want to withhold the refund of this particular assessee, right? So in this case, the CPC have to again initiate the refund, and the time limit for this is 50 days of time, right? So the overall time limit is 50 days, and when the faceless AO is involved, then faceless have to communicate to jurisdictional AO, and jurisdictional then give instructions to CPC for grant of refund, right? And importantly, it is applicable, these time limits are applicable for assessment year 2022-23, and the time and the amount for refund in this, as per this instruction, has been increased from 2,000 rupees to 50,000 rupees. If your refund is 50,000 rupees or less, then section 241A is not applicable on you. So it was all about one of the very important instruction issued by CBDT relating to grant of refund under Income Tax Act 1961. Thank you for watching this video. Please like this video and subscribe to the channel. Thanks a lot. Bye.